In this topic, we talk about introducing the concept of emotional intelligence, and this is something that you probably have heard about and maybe know a little bit about already. It's quite a big field of study and inquiry, and it's something that is so worth your while getting to understand a bit better, both in terms of understanding yourself and how emotions work in you, and also being able to understand and identify emotions in other people, and also knowing how to perhaps interact with people, being mindful and aware of their emotions. When we are in emotionally good health, we are able to access the best our brain has to offer. So all our higher functions, all sitting here in the front of our brain, all of our higher functions are only accessible when we have good emotional health. And you'll know yourself, if you've had a moment when you've been really down or perhaps anxious about something, notice how badly your brain works. It's much harder to make decisions. It's much harder to think about complex things. It's hard to be calm, and it's hard to be rational and logical and work through steps to make things better. So learning about the role of emotions and taking a bit of a stock take to find out how you sit on this already and what you already know and what perhaps you can work on yourselves will really go a long way to improving the quality of your life. Why did emotional intelligence come about as a field of inquiry? Well, back in the mid-20th century, the scientists and experts the psychologists were starting to study people and why they make the decisions they make and what was happening to them in their lives. What they were finding was that some of the best and brightest people, so the people with the high IQs, as traditionally measured by the IQ test, what they were finding was that a lot of those people, or a significant number of them, weren't doing well in life and other aspects of their life. So they scratched their heads and they went, well, there must be something else at play here. And they came up with a theory and then all the evidence behind the concept of emotional intelligence rather than just logistics and logic and reasoning type intelligence. Now, of course, there's more study being done, and more recently there's a concept evolving of multiple intelligence, so physical intelligences, musical intelligence, things like that as well. But for this part, we're just going to focus on the emotional intelligence.